Good evening. This is Ralph Hemenway from Boston on the Colonial Times Network on October 17, 1777. And the top stories for today are our exclusive interview with Thomas Paine, a recap of the war effort this year, and the weather forecast. Tom?
With over 500,000 copies sold, common sense has influenced this war. From Philadelphia, we have the author, Thomas Paine. Well, Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I've heard you used to live in England. How did you end up in America?
When I was 37, I met Benjamin Franklin in London. He talked to me and wrote letters that recommended me to emigrate to America. I arrived in Philadelphia, where I became a publicist.
A publicist? What was the first thing you published?
I first published something I wrote against slavery. It was called African Slavery in America. I became co-editor for the Pennsylvania magazine.
What inspired you to write Common Sense?
Events such as the Boston Tea Party really signaled the tension between the colonies and its mother country. And the colonies do have a reason to revolt. Taxation without representation. There isn't a reason why we should not cut off from England. I expressed my ideas through this Common Sense pamphlet.
Well, the time is already up for this interview. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks to Thomas Paine's inspirational words, we Americans have been led to fight all the harder, and fight we have. Since last winter, enlistment has risen, and on Christmas night we captured Trenton and 900 Hessians. We've delayed British plans. Washington has prompted Howe not to take Albany, and Captain Arnold has halted St. Leger from advancing on Fort Stanwix. Even now, frivolous Burgoyne has been forced into a retreat to Saratoga. The Green Mountain Boys expect a near surrender. That wraps up our recap. Now for the weather.
January 3rd, Princeton, New Jersey. An American victory. American leaders George Washington and British leader Mahood. 30 Americans were killed, but 60 British were killed. September 11th, in Brandywine Battle of Pennsylvania. A British victory. American General Washington versus British leader William Howe. 152 Americans killed, but 90 British were killed. October 6, Fort Montgomery in New York. An American victory. American leader George Clinton and British leader Henry Clinton. 25 Americans were killed, 40 British were killed. The Saratoga battle started 10 days ago. We know right now that 600 British have been killed so far and 50 Americans have been killed so far. The Americans have been led by Horatio Gates and Benedict Arnold. British led by John Burgoyne. There is a 30% chance of brutal colds next winter at Valley Forge. It's just a 30% chance, but I'm supposed to say bring extra food, bring extra clothes, and bring extra shoes.
Thank you, Tom. That ends our news broadcast. Continue to watch CTN for more developments. Good night, America.
Good night.